Hello everyone, Zach Moore aka Blue Spartan 107 here, and I have finally reached 107 subscribers. Nara! No. Nara, stop. Stupid cat. I'm joking. Anyway, so, I don't know if you can see her in the background. I'm not looking at my camera right now. Yeah, you can see her. Okay, anyways, enough interruptions. I reached 107 subscribers, which is pretty awesome. 107 is my favorite number. I don't remember if I put that in as a fact, but there you go. That's a freebie if I didn't. We used Nara, not cool. She almost knocked over my microphone. This is a good start. But anyways, though, I reached 107 subscribers, which is awesome. Thank you guys. And I know I haven't put up a video in a little bit. I did put up a video recently to show I wasn't dead. But I got, like, caught up in Fallout 4 again, like, on both Xbox and PC. I've been working on PC to make a music video again, because I was kind of in the mood. But I'm also playing on Xbox because I want to try and get all the achievements and get them all done, so that way, when I get to finally Twitch streaming, I can do my survival playthrough. And I'm gonna do it with some mods, since that works now. It didn't work in during the beta and whatnot, but it works now, so that's good. I'm gonna plug in my laptop real quick, just so I know I have enough energy to do this. So anyways, though, as a special to, like, from me to you, I'm going to read off 107 facts about myself for each and every one of you who has subscribed to me. And hopefully I will upload this and I will still have 107 subs at the time, because that would be terrible if I didn't. Okay, so, number 1, my name is, of course, Zachary Moore. I tell you guys that all the time, but that's just the first fact. I'm starting off slow. Number 2, I was born August 28th, 1994. 2 weeks after my mom's birthday, and I also end up sharing that same birthday with Jack Black, who's a very funny comedian I like to watch. I'm pretty sure you guys know him. Number 3, I am 22 years old. You know, because we age. But number 4, I am the oldest of 3 children to, I'm gonna go ahead and say their names, I'm pretty sure they won't mind, but I'm the oldest of 3 children to Jennifer and William Moore. Number 5, I am the shortest out of my brothers, and number 6, I'm the skinniest out of my family in general, actually. It's not that, you know, they're big, but, well, they're kind of big. Dad and Zave, not too much. Mom, she's, you know, she's gone through a lot over the years, so stress has kind of, like, you know, done that to her, but she's been working on it. And then my brother Trevor, he's probably the biggest out of all of us, but he and I go to the gym, so he's hopefully going to be in better shape sometime soon. Fact number 7, I work as a maintenance person at McDonald's. I actually came back from there today after work, you know, but I work there for 3 days a week, get a decent amount of money, enough to pay rent and whatnot. So fact number 8, my favorite music groups, you know, like, you know, people that play music, bands and whatnot, are Linkin Park, Starset, Broken Iris, 3 Days Grace, Breaking Benjamin, Skillet, Red. The list kind of goes on, but I'm going to stop there. That's how far I wrote down. Continuing with music, number 9, my favorite song is My Demons by Starset. It really is. Like, I constantly listen to it, and I can imagine music videos for myself, my characters that I've created, which more on that later. But to add to that, Not Gonna Die by Skillet is a close second, along with Beautiful Girl by Broken Iris and Ashes of Eden by Breaking Benjamin. Those are some pretty good songs. I have more, but those are just the ones I wrote down. Fact number 10, my favorite food is pizza. Because everyone loves pizza. And if you don't, well, I'm wrong, obviously, because you don't. But anyways, though, number 11, my favorite movie, I wrote down Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, because it kind of is, you know, bunch of retro video game references. Michael Cera does okay in the movie. Chris Evans does okay in the movie. A bunch of other people do awesome in the movie. It's pretty funny. I like it. So, number 12, my favorite movie series are Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings was another one. And the Marvel Cinematic Universe, definitely. They just do awesome movies. Number 13, I think the best movie based off of a board game is Clue. It's like an awesome dark comedy film, came out in like 1986. Has a bunch of awesome actors from back then. Tim Curry, Christopher Lloyd, Martin Mull, quite a few others. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you pick it up. It's pretty cheap in the DVD bins at Walmart or whatever. But number 14, I think the worst movie based off of a board game is Battleship. Only because, you know, they kind of missed the point of Battleship. And they tried to make it like a Michael Bay fest, and it just didn't work out. Number 15, I don't think Hayden Christensen was that bad in the Star Wars prequels. And that's probably going to be like, you know, something heavily debated on. I just didn't think he was that bad. I mean, when he had to speak, sure, the lines that he was giving were just terrible. But he was able to convey, like, some of these moments of emotion that actually made him believable as the character. And it's something that the Nostalgia Critic pointed out that I agree with, so that's why I'm mentioning it here. But number 16, I think he was bad in Jumper. Number 17, I'm not exactly sure what my favorite video game is, because I've got a ton of favorite video game series, and I'm not 100% sure which one is my favorite out of all of them, which one has the best game that I like. But number 18, my favorite video game series include Halo, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Devil May Cry, Assassin's Creed, Saints Row, Soul Calibur, Fallout, and The Elder Scrolls. Those are just quite a few of them that I could just mention. But, you know, I like a bunch of first-person shooters, but also sci-fi stuff and third-person shooters. Devil May Cry is, you know, pretty fun too. I've got all the games of the original series on my Xbox 360, or on the Xbox 360, I should say. But yeah. Anyways, number 19, I didn't think Halo 5 Guardians was too bad. Number 20, nor did I think Saints Row the Third was bad. You know, a lot of people said that those games were terrible, but I disagree. That's just my opinion. Number 21, I thought the ending to Mass Effect 3 was a botched job and that EA should feel bad for Russian BioWare, which they probably have learned because I've heard that they've been doing good things with like Battlefield 1 and other games. So hopefully they're going on the bandwagon for, you know, actually doing some good with video games instead of yearly releases where everything's just shit. Like some other companies, not gonna name any. But continuing on with BioWare, number 22, I thought they were bad at the whole photoshopping thing with Mass Effect 3. For shame, guys. For shame. You guys probably understand what I'm talking about. More on that later, I think. Number 23, continuing with talking about video games that a lot of people didn't like, I thought Assassin's Creed was actually okay. The third game, I mean. I thought it was okay. I liked it. It was fine. I mean, there could have been some things fixed and whatnot, but otherwise, it was an okay game. I got on board with it, so. I didn't agree with their ending, though, which is fact number 24. Fact number 25, I didn't end up liking the Fable and Borderlands series. I just don't know why I never officially got into them. Though Fable's kind of a bit more understandable, because, what is his name? Peter Mulligan, I think it was? That's just the first name that came to my mind, but I'm pretty sure that's him. He's the guy that did the Fable games. He keeps making all these promises that the game's going to be good, and then all the games end up being shit, with the exception of the first one, which was okay. I don't know, just my personal opinion. But number 26, I'm a fan of FPS, RPG, and action-adventure games. So, yeah. That seems to be like all the games I play. I mentioned that earlier, I think. But number 28, I was a big fan of the machinima craze growing up. If you guys don't know what machinima is, it's, you know, where you take a video game and then you sort of make it into a movie or television, you know, place it in that style. Best example that I would recommend you check out if you don't know already, look up So Fallen Films. He does like he did a bunch of these videos in the Halo series where like he would play his characters and then he would have characters from video games randomly pop up in his little things. His most famous ones, of course, included the Oblivion and Skyrim Guard, which is funny. But then there are some other people who did more original stuff, which was cool too. I wanted to get into it myself, but I never managed to. So, Yeah, there's still people that kind of do it now, like, say, for example, Shoddycast, they do their Storytellers series. That's technically a machinima. But otherwise, though, you haven't seen a lot of that recently. Number 29, my favorite superheroes are Spider-Man, Batman, Wolverine, Deadpool, Captain America, and Iron Man. They're pretty simple. Pretty much most of them are Marvel. One of them's DC because, you know, it's Batman. And, you know, I just like them, and my cats are freaking out over there. Number 30, I wrote down a couple of favorite TV shows I have. One of them's a classic. The other three are more recent shows that I've been watching. But my favorite TV shows right now are Friends, you know, quite a classic. Impractical Jokers, I like watching that. Adam Ruins Everything, because he's pretty smart. And Forged in Fire, because it's awesome to watch people make weapons out of steel and whatnot. So, I like watching those shows. There were some other ones too, but those are the ones I wrote down. But number 31, my favorite anime series that I have completed / semi-completed are the Devil May Cry animated series, One Punch Man, Attack on Titan, Shimoneta, Welcome to the NHK, and Noragami. I was also working on Kill la Kill at one point. I need to get back into that, but, you know, those are all the ones I've finished that I really like. But number 32, I kind of think that Saitama is a good anime representation of me, just because of some of the times where he's just bored out of his mind. I can't one-punch people, though. I wish I could, and, like, you know, disintegrate them, but I don't really punch people to begin with, so I don't know if I can knock someone out in one punch, let alone kill them like he could. Number 33, I can get obsessed with something for a while before I lose interest and then regain interest at random. A good example of it was, like, I played Skyrim for a while, I stopped for a long time, I got back into it, now I've stopped again because I'm in Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is another good example, though. I got off of Fallout 4 for a while, I, you know, uninstalled it from my computer, just kept focusing on other stuff, now it's back on my computer, and I'm playing it on the Xbox. Yeah. Number 34, a bit more of a personal fact that I don't know if I've mentioned a lot in my videos, but I am on the autism spectrum. Why'd I say trome? I'm on the autism spectrum because I have Asperger's syndrome, which, if you don't somehow know what it is, it pretty much is supposed to hinder social interaction and emotional development. You know, it just makes me less sociable out in public. So, I don't really like socializing a lot in public. So number 35, I'm a very introverted person. Like, literally, once I'm done with work, I immediately head home with my lunch, eat lunch, and I just stay home for almost the rest of the day, only going out every once in a while to get groceries and other stuff. Number 36, I say a lot of things before thinking most of the time, which, you know, is kind of screwed up my public life too. Like, I don't like talking and whatnot because I will end up saying the wrong things and not notice it until it's too late. So I don't really like to talk a lot, and sometimes I do it on my videos too, where I like say something I shouldn't have said. Best example of that is to go to Nomad's channel. He ends up leaving in a couple of clips where I say things I really shouldn't have, that he just laughs at me for, which is okay because it's Nomad's channel. He's recording for himself. And I let it happen. You know, I don't tell him to, don't show that, cut it, because, you know, he'll choose which goofs he should keep and which goofs need to be on the cutting room floor. I trust him to do that. So, anyway, so that's fact number 36. Number 37, I can kind of sing. I say kind of because, you know, like, there are some songs I try to sing that I can't really do that. So, you know, I have to do that weird high-pitched voice that everyone doesn't like because it's just kind of cheap. But, yeah, I can kind of sing. There are some other good songs I can sing. So, yeah. Number 38, speaking of singing, I was actually in band and chorale from 4th grade to the end of 10th grade, which, you know, band is where you play an instrument, and, chorales where you sing. I was in, you know, the chorus / chorale, whichever term you prefer to use, and I was a trombone player in the band. I even did 3 years of field band, and then I quit because I wanted to focus more on my grades since I was slipping. Number 39, I used to like drawing growing up, but now I just no longer like to draw. It's kind of boring, and it's terrible. Number 40, and this is probably my biggest regret in my life, but I ended up dropping out of college after a year and a half. And the reason why I did that is because I was having some really? I was having some personal issues with college, and I was also, you know, not performing to the best of my ability, so I ended up dropping out, and it turns out that they would have kicked me out anyways because of that. So, number 41, my previous job, before the one I have at McDonald's, was I was a fuel attendant at a truck stop, which I pretty much did everything around the place. I cleaned it up, I fueled trucks, I helped people out with cash, I stocked the shelves and other things. But number 42, I was unemployed for about 3 years after I left that job, and that's kind of like the darkest moment in my life, because I went to college, of course, for a year and a half. I tried looking for a job at the same exact time, and that's when I started doing YouTube to try and see if I could make some money doing that. And then, you know, that ended up not working out too well. So I spent the past year and a half looking specifically for a job, and, well, actually part of it was more, I was moving down to Wilmington to look for a job. I went to Wilmington, couldn't find a job, had to come back home, finally managed to get a job, so that's good. But that was just a pretty dark moment. I had to borrow a lot of money from my parents, and I didn't like doing that. But number 43, I have made plenty of friends over the internet that I like to talk to. Best examples are, of course, you know, Squishifer, or Roger. He had his channel, now he's mainly doing Twitch streams, but he's also working too. He was apparently out of the workforce for a while as well. I didn't ask him about why, but, you know, he was. So, but, you know, he's one of my friends. There's also Drew, there's Nisa, you guys have heard their voices. There's Nomad I mentioned, of course. He's a pretty okay dude. He's actually a lot older than I thought he was. He sounds a lot younger, but it turns out he's a lot older. It's just pretty weird, but anyways, though, you know, I made friends like that, and I made other friends too that you haven't heard from or you haven't heard me mention. And I'm just grateful that I'm able to actually have some friends online, because, like I said, I'm a pretty introverted person. I don't like going outside to talk to people. But yeah, number 44, I like trying to make music videos with video games and popular songs. This is something I mentioned earlier, of course, with how I reinstalled Fallout 4. The reason why I installed Fallout 4 to begin with was because of frame rate issues, which I still have sometimes, but also, you know, to make more room for other games, and because the previous music video I had made, which was another tribute to Roger, or his character Lucifer Squish, as he likes to refer to the character, ended up getting, you know, flagged and taken down. Like, it got flagged twice. The first time I was able to fight it off, but the second time they took it down, and it kind of bummed me out, so I uninstalled Fallout 4, and then I've reinstalled it now, and hopefully any future music videos I make don't get flagged or anything like that. So, but, you know, I have made quite a few attempts for it. I've even made whole movies of specific video games, such as Dragon Age 2, Mass Effect, and Mass Effect 2, and I'm currently working on Mass Effect 3. I just keep stopping every now and then, but I'll get back to it. But I've made some music videos as well. I'll probably leave some in the description below for you guys to check out, that you can probably say, hey, you're doing a good job, or hey, you could probably improve on this. So, yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know yet. Number 45, I've actually made a couple of attempts to make music, and some songs were okay. But, you know, I'm not that great at using music maker programs on the computer, because I haven't had a lot of practice. But, you know, I have made a couple of songs. They're on my old channel. I've probably even used one or two for this channel. I don't remember. But, yeah. Okay, so number 46, and I wrote this before the events of 2 days ago. I have no political views whatsoever. And I think, or I thought, that both of the candidates that everyone was promoting, you know, Clinton and Trump, they were both garbage. And now we know exactly who America decided to vote on. So, hopefully, there will be an okay... I don't know what I'm trying to say, but hopefully, though, America doesn't go to shit, or the planned thing for something I'm going to mention later doesn't end up happening. I'll get to that when I get to that, probably. Alright, so number 47, this is probably going to be a confusing fact for some people, or you're going to say, isn't that? I'm going to try to explain it, though. I'm a-religious, which is a fancy term I like to use for being someone that believes in a god, but does not hold any practice towards religion whatsoever. I don't believe in any of the religions that are out there. I just prefer to believe in God, and I don't follow religion. I'm my own man, pretty much. But, you know, number 48, I believe in the possibility of angels, devils, demons, aliens, and even purgatory. Number 49, my favorite book is actually a Star Wars novel, the Darth Bane Path of Destruction. It was just a pretty amazing book that gave me more insight into like the Sith and whatnot of the Star Wars universe, and I'm glad they kind of kept it as canon in the current Star Wars canon, thanks to Star Wars The Clone Wars, which is still stayed canon as well, which is pretty awesome. And it's just one of my favorite books, so that's why I wanted to say it was my favorite. Number 50, though, speaking of Star Wars, I always wanted to make my own Star Wars fan film. And, there's been quite a few ideas and whatnot. But my most recent, like, Star Wars idea is more of, connecting to a storyline that my brother wanted to work on of the first, like, true Grey Jedi sort of thing, where he had complete balance over the Force and became immortal and whatnot, his character, and my character ended up trying to look for him. It's a huge story he wants to write, but I'll let him cover the details. Pretty much, long and short, I want to work on something Star Wars related, definitely. Number 51, I sometimes like to make funny voices. You know, I'll do something like that, or I'll try a British accent of sorts. I think this is British. You tell me in the comments below if it's British or not. It's probably not, it's just me being exaggerated British or something, I don't know for certain. Now, I'm probably kind of going into the Scottish / Irish / something like that. I don't know, I'm gonna stop now because I'm gonna sound offensive. Number 52, I'll randomly quote some form of media out of nowhere sometimes. Again, talk to Nomad. He will tell you of some of the weird things I've said. He's probably not going to show some of the things I've said, but I've just randomly quoted some weird things from time to time. It's just weird. But number 53, I like to play multiplayer games with my friends. You guys kind of known that. My Star Wars The Old Republic thing I started, that was with my friend Eric. Then, of course, there are the Cards Against Humanity games, the Gmod games. Those are all with my friends. But, you know, with the Star Wars, Eric has constantly been having problems with his computer, and with, fucking EA. They were, like, banning his account one time, and he's still having some issues every now and then. But we may eventually get back to that, which will hopefully be good. You do not... Okay, good, she didn't knock it over. So, anyways, though, number 54, some of my favorite YouTubers that I can immediately name off are, of course, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Rooster Teeth, Matthias, Shoddycast, MatPat, and, of course, my friend Nomad, since he's still on YouTube. He just hasn't uploaded in a little bit. I don't know why, I haven't asked him, but, you know, go ahead and check him out. He does a bunch of fun Left 4 Dead 2 gameplays with myself and sometimes Squish, sometimes Ozzy, sometimes other people. Actually, no, there's no other people that I know of. So number 55. I've actually had my first YouTube account since 2008, but I've only really been very active since around 2013-ish. Because, you know, I didn't have a computer at the time. I just had, well, technically a computer. But I didn't have a computer that I can use for myself. We had the family computer, but that's been constantly broken or being remade or anything like that. And, you know, now I have my laptop, and that's what I do most of my stuff on. I'm hoping to get the computer working at the very least, that way I can do more stuff onto that computer instead of on my laptop and give my laptop a break. Or, you know, I'll get my own computer myself and put it somewhere, even though this place is pretty small. I am knocking over my microphone now. Okay. But yeah, I wasn't very active between 2008 and 2013, but now I've been very active. Alright, so another depressing fact. Number 56. While I don't think I have actual depression, I do have my off days that really get to me every now and then. Like, I'll just randomly be too tired to do anything, so I'll just be like sitting in bed, kind of like staring at the ceiling and whatnot, and yeah. But I have had some of those dark moments in my life. Not like anything too dark, but, you know, dark enough for me to think that I might have, you know, some weird off days, like I mentioned. Number 57. I really hate Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and peas. I don't know why, I just really hate them. Well, actually, I kind of know why with the Brussels sprouts. They just taste like water and mush. Same can be said of asparagus. It's pretty much the same thing. I tried asparagus for the first time. It tastes exactly like Brussels sprouts. And then cauliflower and peas are just terrible, in my opinion. Number 58, though, I'm allergic to pears, and it's been that way for, well, ever since I was young, so. Number 59, I've never taken drugs aside from allergy medicine. Like, I am drug-free, alcohol-free, but I need allergy medicine. Because number 60, I'm allergic to cats, dust, and pollen. So I gotta, like, you know, take allergy medicine every now and then. I'm not gonna say which kind, A, because I forget, B, because I don't want to walk over and grab it, and C, because I'm not exactly sure that'd be your guys' business. But, you know, I do need allergy medicine every now and then. That's about the only kind of drugs I take. So, number 61, my family has 3 cats. You saw one go right behind the window. That's Anara. She's the dumb blonde of the family. And then we also have Haley, who's like this, you know, black cat. She's very skinny, she's very timid, she's very bossy sometimes too. And then there's Malcolm. He's Malcolm. He's considered Trevor's cat, whereas number 62, Haley is sort of like my cat, since she hangs out with me the most and even acts like me sometimes, where, you know, sometimes I'll be like, and Haley's like, like, you know, whenever I don't feel like I'm in the mood, Haley's also kind of like that. And she'll always try to cuddle with me and sit on my lap when mom's not home or when dad's not home. But yeah, she's not doing that right now because she's been a very bad girl recently. But number 63, I'm the stereotype of how the people that watch SpongeBob grow up to be Squidward. The reason why I say that is because my dad will always, you know, joke around and he'll go like, SpongeBob, it's not funny, Dad. And I'm like, it's not funny at all, Dad. But, you know, like, he'll do the Squidward voice because he thinks I'm Squidward, or I act like Squidward and whatnot, which is why I say I'm the stereotype of how people that watch SpongeBob grow up to be Squidward. Number 64, I used to be in the Boy Scouts until my troop was disbanded in 2011-ish. It was like 2011, I think. I'm pretty sure I was in 11th grade at the time. But, you know, I went to Boy Scouts because my great-grandfather was like, you know, one of the major guys that was helping out and everything. So my entire family ended up joining the Cub Scouts, and then we became Boy Scouts when we got to that age. And I even became like the assistant senior patrol leader on the last year that we had the Boy Scouts. But I didn't really do that well in the Boy Scouts, which is kind of sad, but at the same time, like, I don't regret what happened. But number 65, I know how to use a hunting rifle because I've actually, thanks to Boy Scouts, used it quite a few times when going to the rifle range at the Sabatis Scouting Reservation. That's what it's referred to as in New York, I'm pretty sure. But, you know, we used to go there almost every summer to, you know, have a week of camping fun far away from our electronics, which was pretty okay for the time. And that's how I learned to use a rifle, so But number 66, I actually got my hunting license one time, even though I don't go hunting. And it's not like a personal choice or anything, it's just never made the time. Also, I have/had, because she hasn't talked to me in a while. She didn't think she was worthy enough to be my friend anymore or something. But, you know, she didn't like hunters, and since I didn't go hunting myself, it was fine. But, you know, it's because she's a vegan and whatnot. She wants to save the animals because of a bunch of people abusing animals and whatnot. So she doesn't like hunters. And I haven't actually gone hunting, so I guess she still technically would like me if she actually would talk to me for a change, because I miss her. I miss talking to her. Continuing on with this whole talk of rifles, number 67, I don't own my own personal rifle. Blah. Nor do I have a license for one. My dad, however, has got like 5 rifles and 2 shotguns, so if I ever needed one, and I needed to borrow one, then I could. So that's good. Number 68, I think every person has the right to own a gun for whatever reason, unless that reason is to hurt innocents. So pretty much anyone who's trying to take away people's guns or trying to take away people's rights to guns, just don't, okay? They're just to defend ourselves, and they're to put food on the table. And sure, if bad people take them, then obviously we need to adjust some stuff, but we can't just ban guns outright, is all I'm saying. Okay, so maybe like stricter background checks and whatnot, I'm fine with. Just don't take away the guns. Okay, so now here's the real juicy stuff. I tried to put it all into like one huge section. Number 69, and yes, I put it at this one because it's number 69. I'm a virgin. And it's not, you know, for any weird reason like, oh, I'm gonna wait until after I'm married. It's because of, well, these next couple of reasons, I guess. So number 70, I've never actually dated a girl before. Obviously because of my introvertedness and anti-socialism sort of thing, where I don't like to interact with people outside in public. So, you know, never been able to date a girl. Number 71, I have, however, kissed a girl once, though I'm not gonna say who it was because my parents still don't know who, and I prefer to keep it that way. And plus, you know, it's kind of her business too, so I don't think she wants her business thrown out on the internet. So, just, there you go, you guys know. How about number 72? My celebrity crush for a while was actually Dakota Fanning, but Jennifer Lawrence is a bit more of my crush these days, you know, because she's awesome. Number 73, my anime crush is Ruby Rose from Ruby, which actually is one of my other favorite animes. I don't know why I didn't mention that in the anime section, but she's like my anime crush right now, because she's so awesome. Number 74, I like seeing women wear corsets, and I'm not saying that women need to kill themselves or whatever by wearing corsets, because, you know, corsets can kind of constrict the muscles and make you not being able to breathe, but, you know, like, corsets are just awesome. I like seeing them on women. It's sort of my preference. It's fine, though. You know, and also probably why I kind of like Ruby as well, because she kind of wears a corset, as you can see on her dress. Or combat skirt, whatever she would like to refer to it as. So, number 75. One of my many video game crushes is Tali from the Mass Effect series, which kind of goes back to that point of the whole photoshopping thing, because BioWare, what the fuck, seriously? But, like, Tali I was super obsessed with when I got into Mass Effect years ago. Like, so obsessed my friend Chase got super annoyed. But number 76, I like women with names used by, like, the Queens of England. I don't exactly know why, but, you know, names like Elizabeth, Victoria, and Mary are just some of my favorites. Number 77, I like women with dark hair and green eyes. That's sort of like my thing. I mean, I don't automatically need a woman with dark hair and green eyes, but if I got one, that'd be pretty cool. Number 78, I do prefer skinnier women, but I'm not gonna turn down a woman just because she's chubby or anything like that. If, you know, I like a girl and I want to date her, I'll ask her. It doesn't matter the body size. Though I will say, yes, I kind of have a preference towards skinnier girls. Is that bad? I'm hoping not. It's just a thing. So, yeah. Number 79. I would like to get married, settle down, and have a family one day. Just because, you know, it would be an awesome option. Even if I didn't get married, to just settle down with a girl and raise a family would still be pretty cool, or pretty nice. Number 80. I am open to the possibility of an open relationship. Gosh damn it. I should probably put in an extra one for the number of times I mumble. But I am open to the possibility of open relationships, so long as there is consent between all parties. So, like, if, say, I was dating a girl and she wanted to see this other guy, or maybe she's bi or pan or something, and she wanted to see a girl, then I would like to, you know, be able to talk to this person, kind of be friendly with them. I'd like to know them rather than just have her going out with them whenever and not saying anything, because then I'd probably consider that cheating. But, you know, like, to be able to commune with this person in an open relationship is what I'd like to be able to do. Pretty much. But number 81, I sometimes like to hear Russian and Asian accents on females. You know, they're just pretty cool, in my opinion. Number 8, I think that relationship... 82, gosh damn it, why did I say number 8? Number 82, I think relationships need to be a team effort, and that no one person needs to be completely in control. So, like, no man of the house, no, you know, dominatrix kind of thing. Just a team effort is what I would think. Should be the perfect, you know, couple kind of thing. Number 83. I think it's okay to get jealous from time to time as long as the jealousy doesn't lead to stupid decisions. So, you know, like, if you get jealous with a girl, just tell her and then say something along the lines of, you know, can we talk about this or whatever. But, you know, don't just outright start acting bitter just because you're jealous and whatnot. You need, just be open about it and try not to do anything stupid. So, number 84, my current YouTube crush is actually Sugoi Brooks. I don't know why, I just think she's cute. You should definitely check out her videos if you haven't. Because I totally recommend her. Number 85, my favorite female voice actor is Laura Bailey. She's just awesome. But Courtney Taylor, Jen Taylor, and Jennifer Hale are pretty good ones too that I like. Still going to voice actors. Number 86, my favorite male voice actor is kind of a tie between Roger Craig Smith, Troy Baker, and Nolan North, because all three of those guys are awesome. But Steve Downes, Dante Bosco, and Brian T. Delaney are also close seconds. Because, you know, Brian T. Delaney was the Fallout 4 protagonist. He did a pretty good job. Steve Downes, Master Chief, love that guy. Dante Bosco did Zuko in Avatar: The Last Airbender, which should have been another anime on the list. Although, I don't remember if I've seen every single episode of Avatar. Anyways, number 87, if I had to choose between Troy Baker and Nolan North to voice a character of me in a video game, I'd pick Troy Baker. I mean, no offense to Nolan North, but I actually picked Troy Baker's voice in Saints Row the Third, so that's why I think he'd be perfect. Number 88, people say I'm narcissistic. Gosh damn it. Mumbling. But I really don't see how I'm narcissistic exactly. Number 89, I like to make myself in video games with character customization, which is kind of something I just mentioned with the whole Troy Baker thing. But I also, of course, did it with the Fallout 4 playthrough on the channel. I'm kind of doing that right now on the Xbox. And, you know, I've done it on Mass Effect, I've done it on Dragon Age, done it on the Elder Scrolls series. I've done it all the time. Which is probably why people think I'm narcissistic. I don't know. Number 90, my favorite candy bar is the Reese's Fast Break, which I probably should have pulled the one I had in the freezer out because I grabbed it yesterday. Oops. Number 91, my favorite covers of famous songs are Johnny Cash's Hurt. That's awesome. I love how they used it in the Logan trailer. I also like Disturbed's Sound of Silence, Lord's, and Ninja Sex Party's version of Everybody Wants to Rule the World, because, you know, Danny Sexbang is pretty awesome when it comes to singing covers. I also, going back to Ninja Sex Party real quick, I like their take on Me. And I also like Sierra's Paint It Black. Number 92, I've kind of mentioned this earlier, but I don't drink and I don't smoke. Not like Roger, because I know that Roger smokes. I don't know if he drinks. I know that he drinks Code Red, but I know he smokes. I don't, though. Number 93, I like plenty of classical music. Even if I can't remember a lot of the names of songs, I do like listening to it from time to time. Most especially in the Saints Row series, since they always have a classical station. I'll sometimes just tune to that and listen to it. 94, I consider myself to be a patient young man. Because I can be pretty patient. Sometimes I can get a little bit impatient, but I'm mostly patient all the time. Number 95, I can get frustrated in games if I can't figure out what to do on my own. Best example? Undyne from Undertale. For fuck's sake, the first time I fought her, 4 hours getting nowhere because I didn't know what I had to do. Then I had to ask Eric for help, and then I kind of screwed that up, and then I had to ask Eric for help again, kind of screwed it up, asked Eric for help one more time, finally got you that episode. Yeah. Number 96, I thought Jared Leto's take on the Joker was not that bad, because I actually watched Suicide Squad a couple of weeks ago with my family. Pardon? But I thought he did pretty good in the movie. I just wish he had a little bit more screen time so that way we could, you know, have a better opinion on him. Which is actually fact number 97. Okay, well, we'll skip over to 98. Overall, I thought that Suicide Squad was an okay movie. There you go. Number 99, my favorite dessert is chocolate chip cookies. Because everyone loves chocolate chip cookies. Number 100, favorite ice cream flavor? Peanut butter cup. You know, kind of going back to that whole Reese's thing with Fast Break. Number 101, my favorite season is fall or autumn, whichever you prefer to say. You know, which is the season that's going on right now, and I'm recording this. So that's awesome. Number 102, I'm mostly unsure as to whether or not I have my life together. And that's the truth. I really don't know if I have my life together. Number 103, I always seem to be the only one who sweeps up the house. And it's because it literally seems to be that way. I'm the only one that sweeps up this damn house. And that's kind of sad, actually. Number 104, I was apparently a very angry person at a young age. My mom claims that when I was a couple of years old and my brother was a baby, I ended up trying to strangle him. I have no recollection of that, however, but that's just what Mom said. And I don't know why I would have been angry and wanted to strangle my brother at that time. Number 105, in case you guys somehow don't know, I have made a Markiplier fan game that I released over a year ago, and there's been a trailer for it on this channel for quite a while now. I have considered making 2 additional campaigns for Mark's friends Jack and Wade before moving on to a sequel, which will likely begin production after Mark plays the first game. And that's, you know, my actual plan. Number 106, the first time I had ever wanted to design my own games was actually in 2006. I wrote 2011, but it was actually 2006. I was 11 years old at the time. But I was very obsessed with Star Wars Battlefront at the time, and I wanted to make a historical version of that, like, with history from our time. Obviously, I don't want to do that anymore, but that was, like, the very first game idea I ever had. And number 107, we are finally at the end. Going forward with that whole video game stuff, since I still kind of want to do that, I'm actually currently writing a script for the first huge game I want to make, and it's called Purgatory. It's about a young man named Alex, whose last name's kind of on the fence, because the first choice I had for it is Cross, but there's already an Alex Cross, and there might be some kind of legal issue with that. So if there is, then I have another name planned out, which is Alex Keller. But pretty much the whole plot of it is he dies and ends up in Purgatory, and Purgatory itself has become a personal hell under the control of a being called Orcus. And it's up to Alex / the player to stop Orcus. And there would also be plenty of extra characters you would run into that you could either, like, slaughter or ask for help from. So kind of like, you know, the pacifist genocide system from Undertale, where you can like these characters and whatnot, especially if you spare them, or you can kill them and kind of like do a genocidal man-mad playthrough. But ultimately, your goal would be to get your second chance at life. And if you help everyone, you get a second chance for everyone. If you focus on yourself and kill anyone who gets in your way, you're pretty much just trying to focus on yourself. And I'm hoping that this will eventually spawn into a trilogy, which, you know, introduces more characters and concepts to kind of expand the universe. But if I do manage to make it a trilogy, then the 2 games beyond would focus not in Purgatory, but rather on Earth. And yeah, that's 107 facts about me. That's all laid out for you. Wow, that is 45 minutes long. Ooh. And this is probably just going to be one whole thing, so... Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being patient with me as I continue to try and work with this channel. Tell me what you want to see in the future in the comments below, of course. Which game do you want me to continue? What episode do you want me to release next for? Do you want me to continue with Prince of Persia? Do you want me to work on Deus Ex? Do you want me to continue Undertale? Do you want me to continue Limbo? Because I want to finish up those 4 games and then move on to new games. But I also need to finish up with the current music video for Fallout 4 I was working on. Which is close to being finished. It's a whole Institute tribute that uses my friend Drew, because I knew that Drew joined the Institute on his playthrough. And it sounds like that Trevor's home. Just about to do my outro, Trev. You want to say anything?
He's a weirdo, right?
Of course I am.
Keep it in, Zach. If you don't, I'll kick your ass.
What?
I'm just saying, keep that in. If you cut it...
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, this is going to be like a whole thing. I'm just going to put in some music and put in some numbers and whatnot.
Wow, you're doing your facts video, right?
Yes! I'm actually about to be finished, so...
fitting for an ending.
Shut up. So, yeah, like this sort of unedited video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if you don't. It's fine with me. Comment for which, you know, video game you want me to focus on for the next upload. Share with your friends to let everyone know about me, I guess. And subscribe if you're new, because, you know, I'd love new subscribers. I'd love to actually be able to entertain people. So thank you all so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace out, Spartans.